You know, herein lies the danger of not having the ability to seek out the truth for yourself. Not only that, even worse, okay, not needing or wanting or having a need to seek out the truth for yourself. Being happy to believe what you're told to believe. Really sad. So you got people, I remember the pictures coming out of North Korea of bodies laying on the streets of people who starved to death. And even though the whole USB on balloons and trying to get outside information into North Korea is extremely difficult. They're so brainwashed and controlled mentally that they believe that the United States is cowering in fear that Korea could deal us a lethal blow anytime they felt the need. And Korea is the most powerful nation in the world, and the imperialist Americans are cower in fear. And I'm seeing pictures of their rallies, and everybody's doing the whole fist in the air thing, like "Kill America," and I'm thinking, you have no fucking idea. It's tragic. I have no animosity against the population of North Korea, because since before most of us were born, the psychological imprint of what and how to think has been delivered constantly in every single way in North Korea. They have no fucking idea that by the time they got their missiles warmed up, we would know, and we would glass the entire fucking area. They'd never know what hit them. See, they don't understand that. They think that the United States is this weak imperialist, the same way the Japanese were basically convinced that Americans would never fight, etc. You know what I mean? Yes, we have been imperialists. Yes, we have fucked up. Yes, we have, pushed our philosophies on people that didn't need it pushed on them. Thousands of years of other cultures, and we're going to change that. Well, the British did it, the French did it, the Spanish did it. People have been doing it throughout fucking history because, well, unfortunately, that's the problem with men's souls, okay? Is they're fucking animal. It lives right in here. All of us have one. The lizard brain. But you see, this is different. This is different. These people, if they were shown the truth, if they were shown the outside world, how other people live, how the world, how the great possibilities there are outside of North Korea, they would all be shocked. You probably couldn't even get them to believe you. If you took them to a supermarket or you showed them grains of corn and shit for miles, yeah, they would probably be in shock. They just would not be willing to understand, I don't think, because when you've been brainwashed your whole life to come to the reality that no, you live in a hermit nation run by a fucking maniac, educated in the United States, who basically came to power because that's what North Korea is run by, power. It's not run by common sense or the people or a constitution or any form of government. It's run by a man. And that never takes you to any place but a dark place. Okay, look at Russia. The longer Putin stayed in office, the worse things got for Russians. This is why I believe in term limits in the United States. I think after the age of 70, you're fucking done. If you're going to make us retire from our jobs, then you can retire from your fucking political job too. Seeing Mitch McConnell today, that even just pushed it even more, okay? When we have people that are deciding the needs of the many, which is not people of 70 years old, 70-year-olds, trust me, because I'm 70, we need our own set of stuff. We need 70-year-olds treated like 70-year-olds. We don't want to be treated like 35-year-olds, and 35-year-olds don't want to be treated like fucking 70-year-olds. Okay? When I see this a whole stadiums of people weeping in tears for their great leader, Kim Jong-un. And I'm like, wow, that is power. That is fucking power right there. But it's an impudent power. It's only a power in their minds. Even in a conventional war, they would stand not even the slightest fucking chance. Just like Russia, okay? Right now, if Russia or Belarus attacked Poland, they wouldn't need the rest of NATO. Because all the invading forces in Ukraine, they've never stood up against a Western power yet. They've only stood up against Western gear. They've never stood up against B-52s and stealth fighters, stealth bombers. They've never had to deal with an advanced army, and they're getting their fucking asses handed to them because just the Russian people were the same way. They all thought, oh, the Americans cower in fear of the great Russian bear. And I'm like, man, if you only fucking knew, you know what I mean? I remember when your soldiers were digging in old potato fields to eat because they couldn't be paid. So, yeah, no animosity towards the North Korean people because they're like children in reality. They've been convinced of something that is so far from the truth. But if that's all you can if that's your only source, if that's all you, even if you were intelligent enough to seek out your own truth, you would only be able to acquire statistics that would convince you that, yes, that my dear leader's telling the truth, you know? I've done many videos telling people the only way to be free in this life and to escape the needing and the wanting and all of that is to educate yourself. That's it. You see, the governments want nothing more than an ignorant population. Right now, I can tell you that the GOP is absolutely fucking terrified of the age between 21 and 30. They're fucking terrified because they believe in, you know, and that climate change is destroying the world. They know about wealth inequality. They understand. You see, because they're educated at least to a minimum degree. And then in college towns, they're doing even worse because education is against killing the fucking planet. Whereas the grand old party that used to be that part of my life, okay, before they went fucking batshit crazy, now it's all about business. Let them poison the water more. Let's dig for more oil and shit. Climate change isn't real. I mean, you know, they've just gone fucking insane. When the water temperature at the tip of Florida yesterday was 101 degrees. You get in a hot tub that's 101 degrees, it's fucking uncomfortable for a little while. Think about that. I mean, it was 98 degrees in Bali. This is enough to start a chain reaction to kill off the bottom of the food chain and empty the seas of life. You know what'll be left? Slime. Jellyfish, algae, not the good kind either. Remember, I used to do videos on diatoms, but it turned out to be too scary for most people, that they thought that we just plant more trees if we're running out of oxygen. And I had to explain that almost all of our oxygen, almost all of it, comes from diatoms, the animals that live in the ocean that we're acidifying with CO2 and basically killing off temperature-wise. So we're going to fuck with their ability to make their shells, and then now we're going to fuck with their ability to reproduce. Now, are you worried about melting ice when you think you might run out of fucking oxygen in the next 100 years? Are you worried about ice? You see, the upcoming generations haven't been brainwashed to a degree that they'll just fall for anything. Access to information is too free and ready right now. This is their downfall, was this fucking smartphone. The internet. As bad and as fucked up as it is, with 80% being porn, that other 20% has made a vast difference in people. Because they can seek out the truth for themselves. And the facts are fucking obvious. When it's 101 damn degrees in the ocean off the end of Florida, we're fucked. Already we're fucked. Now, imagine a hurricane coming at the end of August when the water temperature is 101 degrees. You could have the first Category 6 hurricane hit Florida.